So I would like to review Tuki because I've been obsessed with it, and the new episode is not here yet, and so my head has only been left to ponder further. In case you don't know, Tuki is a Kenyan show that follows the life of Robbie, Almasi, and Archie. I have really been enjoying it in so many ways. Like, I feel released because, oh, what's the last show that we had that was about 20 somethings? It was the Lupita show. What is the name of that show? Let me Google it. Oh no. Okay. Let me Google it. Sugar. It was Sugar. Sugar was the last show that we had that was 20 something oriented. Or if there's something in between that I missed, frankly, do let me know. But Tuki, in any case and form, it's been a while. It's been a while since we got a show like Tuki that kind of depicts the hustle and bustle of Nairobi life while also bringing up these while having a parallel narrative and bringing up certain attitudes and ideas that people have between like people that live in the city and people that live Ushago or the village. And so watching Tuki has been very illuminating as, you know, a diasporic Kenyan. It has been very illuminating in many senses because I want to give first a review without spoilers and then get into the spoilers. Like, I think what Tuki does really well is it speaks to the intended audience very well and doesn't like hide things that people go through. And so I appreciate that about it. But now I will talk about the Tuki as spoiler most right now. The most spoiler. I do recommend anyone watch it before because it's a great show. I don't know why you wouldn't watch it. Please do. It's a great show, especially if you speak Swahili and you also speak Luo or understand Luo. It is a very great show in terms of that. And that's number one. The thing I enjoyed about it is that we don't usually get these narratives like from Western Kenya. I am from Western Kenya. So there are not a lot of these narratives that exist or stories about like people from the areas where I am from. And so seeing that illustrated on TV, not TV even, on a show was really nice. And to like hear people speak Luo. I don't speak Luo, but a part of my family does speak Luo, and so that was very beautiful, very romantic. I was in my feelings at that, and I've just been wanting to say Jabet all the time. Please, Jabet. Oh, but other than that, let me get into the characters. The characters are well rounded. I would say my only issue, this is my only big, is that I do fear that a lot of their storylines are centered around men. Yes, we do get like Alma and her mom and that contention, and Robbie and her mom, and I think that would be revealed in the coming episode. But all of their dramas in a way like go back to men, which I I know, I understand, I get, but I'm like, there's such interesting characters. Like, for example, with Alma, outside of her dating, outside those dynamics, you have her and her like schoolwork. Like, I would like a focus on that, or more of a focus on that, or her relationship to her father. By men, I mean like men they're romantically involved in, which kind of, they're rounded, but it's like, let me figure out how to word this. It's like their storylines still end up with trying to either appease a man, go back to a man, figuring out man shit. And I want more. I want more for them. I want so much more for them. And I like the episodes where none of the men that's uh, I know men exist, but I say this to say, when the men are not the main topic of discussion and we see like how their relationships intersect with each other and how they maneuver their own set of misunderstandings between each other. I wish there was more of that. I wish there was less men in the most respectful way. Like, I want their characters to be explored more, even the men's characters. I like that we don't know about them, but I also wish that each of the characters like got to be explored by themselves. And what is the other thing? Yes, I like the discussion around like healthcare access, and also a lot of the misconceptions that exist around contraception, reproductive rights. That was baller move, amazing, beautiful. And it really put into perspective like, because I really liked Archie's storyline when it came to that, and her fear of even going to ask for help or going to seek out help because of the ideas and attitudes that you begin to be associated with when you go to like the healthcare clinic. That's very valid of an experience. And I was just like, wow, that great, makes sense, understand it. And it's very relatable. Like, I think that's one of the things I enjoy about the show. It's very relatable to its targeted and intended audience, and it puts like a narrative that's not usually put out, and it's very beautiful in that way, in like the ways it's not scared to explore things, because a lot of Kenyan art attitudes, like older generation, it's still very conservative. So I see why this could not exist on a TV screen. I see why. I see why YouTube was the platform that they chose to put it on, and it's a very smart move because it reaches their target audience. Because if this was on TV, like there will be a lot of backlash. There'll be a lot of backlash. But I hope they get on TV because I like the show, and I'm only talking about it because I'm obsessed with it, and the characters are very interesting, and it makes me want to keep watching. I just had like the few considerations to give when it came to how their relationships with men are the center of a lot of the narratives within like they advance the plot forward, because I'd like to also see this contention between the village and the city like discussed more, and like what that entails, and why like becoming more of a city person is desired, other than like being yourself as is when it comes to Robbie. I like that there are glimpses of that, and we see the contention within her as she is making all these big city decisions, and how tough that is on your brain, and also that paired with the attitudes that Kamona Toka Oshago like there's a lot of things you don't know, you know? And so very beautiful, very interesting, very magnificent. I have a lot of ramblings of thoughts, and I wanted to put them together, and I hope they connect. I hope they make sense. But I really enjoyed it, and 8 out of 10 so far. But that's the little critique I have, and yeah, that's it really.